I saw your silhouette on the frozen city wall. Your breath became a ghost against the quiet of the fall. You walked ahead of me through streets that shimmered white, and every step you took was swallowed by the winter night. You never turned around, though you knew that I was near. Your shadow danced in lamplight like a memory unclear. The snowflakes blurred your outline like a dream I couldn't hold, and your silence wrapped around me like December's bitter cold. I was lost in your shadow, where the winter swallowed sound, where the moonlight traced your heartbeat on the frost that kissed the ground. If the world had Once we loved so quietly, in rooms of winter blue. Your sweater smelled like cedar, and the night belonged to you. We watched the frost assemble on the window's fragile frame, and spoke in gentle whispers like two souls without a name. The fireplace kept humming like a tired lullaby. Your breath was fogging softly as the snow kept drifting by. We didn't need the music or the world outside our door, just your shoulder leaning softly, saying, stay a little more. Once we loved so quietly, like snowfall in the night. No thunder in our heartbeat, just a warm and steady light. Winter tried to freeze the moments, but our warmth refused to flee. I still recall the peaceful way we once loved so quietly. Your voice was like a candle in a room without a flame, a simple glow that held me when the world forgot my name. You tuck your hair behind your ear, a gesture small and shy, and I'd fall in love again beneath that winter-weary sky. January moved around us with its sharp and silent breath, but lying there beside you, I could not imagine death. For the world felt made of cotton, made of whispers, made of peace, and the quiet love we sheltered seemed like something built to last. Once we loved so quietly, like snowfall in the night. No thunder in our heartbeat, just a warm and steady light. Winter tried to freeze the moments, but our warmth refused to flee. I still recall the peaceful way we once loved so quietly. Maybe storms will shake our windows, maybe years will shift our walls, but the tender hush we started still responds when winter calls. winter's gentle silence, where we'd softly choose to stay. Even now the frost remembers what you meant that night to me, and my heart still beats and echoes of the love we knew so quietly. The winter evening settled like a blanket on the floor. Your sweater brushed my arm as you were closing up the door. The heater hummed a rhythm like a tired lullaby, and the window pane was glowing with the cold December sky. You sat beside me softly as the frost began to rise, your breath a gentle shimmer drifting upward toward the light. No music filled the shadows, yet the silence somehow grew into something warm and tender that belonged to me and you. Our song in the quiet room where the winter couldn't reach, where the world became a whisper and our hearts began to speak. We didn't need a melody, we didn't need the moon. Love was softly playing our song in the quiet room. You took my hand so carefully, as though afraid to hold, but the warmth that crossed between us pushed away the creeping cold. You said you feared the future, feared the way that seasons change, but your voice inside the stillness felt so honest, felt so strange. I told you love was quieter than the snow upon the roof. It never had to shout to leave behind its gentle proof. And you leaned into my shoulder as the evening drifted deep, and the winter winds outside us slowly softened into sleep. Our song in the quiet room where the the frozen avenue, its silver glow stretching every shadow into two. You stood beside the railing where the snow had gathered deep, and your silhouette in silver was a promise I could keep. Your breath was blooming clouds in the December blighted air. You brushed away a snowflake from the curl behind your hair, and though the night was bitter, though the city winds were sharp, the warmth beneath your trembling hands could thaw a frozen heart. Silhouettes in silver light dancing on the winter street, two soft ghosts in falling white where our trembling footsteps meet. If tomorrow melts the memories, if the dawn forgets the night, we'll remain in winter's keeping as silhouettes in silver light. We talked about the future like a fragile crystal sphere, afraid that if we held too tight it might just disappear. But still we drew our initials on the frosted window pane, watching every icy letter slowly melt and form again. Your laughter rang like sleigh bells through the empty midnight square, and the echo wrapped around me like a childhood winter prayer. I held you close to warm you, but you warmed me even more in that place where light met darkness on the silver coated floor. Silhouettes in silver light dancing on the winter street, two soft ghosts in falling white where our trembling footsteps meet. If tomorrow melts the memories, drifting past the lamppost like a memory taking shape. The winter wind kept whispering down the quiet fire escape. I was drinking bitter coffee in a diner far from home when the phone began to tremble in the darkness all alone. Your voice was barely steady, like the cold had reached your breath. You said you'd try to leave me, but the silence felt like death. I pressed the receiver to my chest to hear you breathe again, and in that trembling moment I remembered why we began. The night you called my name through the frost upon the glass, every fear I held inside me melted slowly into past. Winter wrapped around the city, but your voice cut through the flame. I found the life I thought I'd lost on the night you called my name. I ran across the frozen streets, my footsteps cracking snow. The moon hung pale above me like a lantern's subtle glow. Your window cast a shadow on the icy wooden stair, and when you opened up the door I felt the warmth still there. You said you'd felt forgotten, like your heartbeat didn't count, like winter kept on stealing every hope you tried to mount. But I held your shaking fingers, let the truth inside unfreeze, and the warmth between us flickered in the December broken breeze. The night you called my name through the frost upon the glass, every fear I held inside me melted slowly into past. Winter wrapped around the city, but your voice cut through the flame. I found the life I thought I'd lost on the night you called my name. Maybe love is born in summer, but it's proven the cold. When the world is dim and silent, and your heart feels tired and old. But that night beneath the snowfall, when you whispered soft and plain, I knew I'd walk 1,000 winters just to hear you call my name. The night you called my name, with the snowfall hanging still, every lonely hour behind me broke apart against your will.